It's time to chill out, get your coffee, and get your slip on. This is the Fortean Slip Daily Dose.
Oh, that kid went on a fucking hoot of a fucking adventure. No, trust me, that drug would fucking make you, like, go further than you've ever gone in a masturbatory rage. And then they see this UFO or whatever it is, this diamond-shaped thing. So, and then 3 helicopters come whizzing in and everything takes off. I don't know if I buy it, motherfucker. Did Bigfoot come out and tickle somebody's balls? Alright, you hooligans. Fortean Slip Daily Dose starts now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fortean Slip Daily Dose, episode 29. I don't know what to fucking call it. Should I name the fucking episodes? I don't fucking know. Some days I feel like I should. Some days I feel like I shouldn't. Today I've been spending some time working on getting the rest of the Pinterest page all up to date. So any of you people who are on Pinterest, the Fortean Slip is now on Pinterest. At least the daily doses and the weekly episodes. I'm going to start working on uploading the news to there, or posting the news to there, I should say, within the near future. So that should be all up there. I'll try to post all the bits, all that other shit. But I wanted to get that set up. I really like the setup of the page, the way it lays out the episodes, and the look of it. That means nothing to you people, but I like it, so I went with it. I'd kind of balked at using Pinterest at first. I know my wife uses it. She loves it. I personally was like, whatever. But then I took a look at it, and I was like, oh, this could be a good tool for putting the show out there. So for those of you, like I said, that are on Pinterest, please go on there, like it, follow it, whatever the fuck you're supposed to do with Pinterest. I don't know. Pin it. Fucking do something with it. Today, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I'll start off with a fun little story out of upstate New York. Seems 3 female students attempted or planned to kill their teacher with hand sanitizer. I guess the woman was allergic to hand sanitizer, so they were planning, and it's not funny, they were planning on putting hand sanitizer all around the room on shit to poison this woman. This takes me back to the whole Slender Man issue that I talked about a couple of different times now. These children who are doing these things, who are displaying these types of behaviors, there's something going on. And if you are the parent of this child and you're not paying attention and this stuff is getting by you, there's a problem. And I've said this before, if it was my child, there's a problem. And the problem is with me. That I don't know if I'm not sticking my nose in enough. I don't know if I'm not getting, the proper, teaching them the proper stuff. Whatever. You need to stick your nose in your kid's business. We live in an age where there's far more social interaction between children at home, over the internet, on their little fucking iPods, on their phones, whatnot. My son's always running around with his phone, FaceTiming people, talking to people. He's on the internet. He's on YouTube. I have to constantly be like, "Hey, what are you looking at? What are you doing?" And I've said it before. I hate to do it. It's not a lot of fun. but it's my job as his parent. So I wanted to take a look at that story because it kind of reminded me of the Slender Man attempted murder by the two girls there. It just really brought me back to that, so I'd wanted to at least touch on that today. Because I really think, parents, seriously, you gotta stick your nose in your kid's business when it comes to this shit. And it's hard because, like I said, I don't like to do it. I feel like I'm being invasive, but at the same time, I don't want this stuff to get by me if it ever comes up. So I constantly try to just, as much as I can. And it's hard for me too because I'm a divorced parent and I see my kids once a week. The other 6 days of the week, they're with their mother. So just stick your nose in your kids' business, people. And the other thing I want to talk about today is this orangutan out of the German zoo, Tilda, who started producing human-like vocalizations in order to be noticed by her keepers. I got this off of IFL Science, which is ifuckinglovescience.com, if you're unaware. I don't know if you put in ifuckinglovescience.com, if that takes you there. I've never tried it. But it is www.iflscience.com. I'll read a little bit of this so that you kind of get a gist of the story. It says, patience may be a virtue, but Tilda, a female orangutan currently living in a German zoo, would rather not wait to receive attention and has started producing human-like vocalizations in order to be noticed by her keepers. That makes Tilda the first known wild-born orangutan to produce novel calls similar to those made by humans. Furthermore, her intriguing ability may help us understand more about the evolutionary origins of speech, which continues to elude researchers. Tilda was born in the wild in Borneo around 50 years ago, but was captured when she was about 2. Although there are no records for her between the ages of 2 and 10, it is believed that she may have been trained for human entertainment. That's because she exhibits numerous human-like behaviors which are never observed in the wild, such as clapping, arm-waving, and whistling alongside her unique vocalizations. It's thought that she may have first learned these calls and behaviors by copying humans, but she now produces them without prompting. And this is pretty wild shit going on. Further on in the article, it says, that, of course, orangutans can make, like, the raspberry sounds and kiss noises, but that these vocalizations have, like, rapid lip movements. It's like a faux speech. She's, like, trying to mimic it or make those sounds to get the people's attention because she realizes that's what people do. And I think this takes me to the story that just happened. I believe it was in Argentina. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sure somebody will fucking correct me. Where they gave an orangutan human rights or some form of human rights. We've talked about this on the show. I've gotten to a point now where I don't know if animals should be locked up in cages, and I don't know if they should be in zoos. And it's nice in a way to be able to go and observe these animals in this way. Is it what we really need to be doing, or should we just be going out and observing them in the wild? I see a lot of these animals that just they suffer. They suffer in captivity. We've talked about the Blackfish documentary, the cetaceans being kept in captivity and what it does to them psychologically, physically. The same types of things are happening to these apes, these great apes that they're used to being out in the fucking jungle, just free to roam. It brings up a lot of questions, I guess, and it brings me back to that. I don't know where we need to be going with this shit, people. Like, I'm not a person who makes those types of decisions. I'm just a guy that has opinions, and I'm interested in these types of topics. These creatures, you look at them and you watch them, and it's not just the fact that they're human-like to me. It isn't just that. It's the fact that there's something there. I talked about this with, my dogs. It's just that feeling that there's something there that there's more than just a fucking dumb animal. Some animals, you see them and they're just instinctive creatures. A lot of lizards, I look at them and I see them just as instinctive creatures. I don't ever find that connection. But a lot of these other types of, mostly for the most part, mammals or birds, because my birds, I see it, and that's another thing. I have birds and I really don't think I should. But at this point, I have them. So I try to give them as much space as possible. But they're parakeets. They're small. I don't have a huge parrot or anything like that. But I'm at that point now where I really don't think that they should be in cages and that they should be allowed to just live their lives. But it's one of those things that the debate will rage on, and we will probably always have fucking animals in zoos, and nothing's really gonna change, I don't think, in the grand scheme of things. As far as society goes, I think on an individual basis, people can make the decisions to not keep and contain animals. And I think that if more people do that, then that'll be a good thing. Yeah, we have domesticated dogs and shit like that, but that is in part a little different. These wild animals, these people having fucking tigers and shit like that, that's crazy. Yeah, let's go get a fucking chimp. Give it some booze, some fucking narcotics, watch it eat my friend's face off. This has been the Fortean Slip Daily Dose, episode 29. The Ape Learn to Speak episode? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm not witty today. It's been a long day already. If you like this shit, hit the like button. If you don't, hit that fucking thumbs down button. Feel free. It's right there. Don't be afraid. You won't hurt my feelings. Subscribe. Leave a comment.